Hey everyone. If you're anything like me right now, we're going through some very uncertain times with this whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing that's happening. We've been basically on self quarantine. I don't know the exact word to call it for the last, today's day 4. It's Friday, March 20th-ish or something like that. And so this is affecting me, my family, and my friends, and my community here in upstate New York, and it's causing a lot of unsettledness and fear, and I take it very seriously, and I just thought I would make a little video to kind of maybe lighten up the mood a little bit and tie in construction with the unfortunate coronavirus. And so today's video is working with safety gear. And I've been watching on the news all these people in hospitals and everything, and a lot of their safety gear is similar to the safety gear that I use every day. So I'll jump right into it. Starting right off, first thing, everybody's probably, maybe not everybody, a lot of people are using gloves right now. So nitrile gloves I have with me all the time. There are a couple different types of gloves that I use. Actually, there's a lot of different types of gloves that I use, and here's a few of them. So nitrile gloves are what I carry with me all the time. You can use regular latex gloves, something like that, which is what like doctors and stuff mostly use to protect yourself from germs and whatnot. If you use a normal latex glove with oil stain, for example, it will eat the latex glove, which is why I switched to nitrile gloves a long time ago. Plus they're black, they look cool. So anytime I'm doing anything with chemicals and that type of stuff, my go-to is always nitrile. Now I also have a lot of these types of gloves where they're fabric, and then on the bottom side is rubber. They're very grippy. I have a whole box of these, so when I go out in public this last week, I've been wearing these when I go into grocery stores or whatever. I'm always wearing a pair of gloves. I also have different types of work gloves, insulated gloves, non-insulated gloves, depending on what type of job I'm doing. I don't have them with me, but I have some rubber gloves that come all the way up my forearm and have a really thick insulation in them, and they're great for when I have to do tile jobs in the winter. You know, if it's negative 10 degrees outside and I'm trying to mix grout and, you know, my hands are all wet, it's horrible. So by wearing these things, my hands stay insulated and dry, and then I just take them off and I can go do the job and slip them right back on. So after gloves, I'm gonna get into a little bit about dust protection. Now, you might be starting to see a lot of people wearing these out and about. I went out 2 weeks ago to buy dust masks before this coronavirus thing had even exploded, and I could not get the good dust masks that I normally use, and I needed them for work. Everybody had been buying them up to protect themselves from this virus, which left people on job sites who needed them for, I was doing a demolition of a bathroom and I didn't have a dust mask, which was kind of a bummer. So luckily I was able to find one little pack of these, and I don't normally use these cheap ones. I normally use the ones that have the little breathing hole in them, and I buy them by a big box of like 50 or 100. And then I also have a couple of these respirators that have replaceable filters. Let's see if I can figure it out. So this whole canister right here is a filter inside there, and when it goes bad, you just take that off. This whole piece is reusable, and you get a new one, and they just snap right in. I have a different one that's similar to this, where it's a much smaller filter that goes in there. Next up, eye protection. So I normally just use regular old safety glasses. I like the type that kind of fit to my eye, to my face, and you know, they also have those goggles that you can put on that seal all the way around. The only problem I have with this type of eyewear is when you wear a mask, at the same time, it tends to blow the warm air from your mouth up past, at least on my nose, up past my nose, and then fogs the glasses, so it gets really difficult to see. So I have this face shield, so if I'm doing something like insulating, where I really want to wear eye protection and a mask at the same time, I will have a mask on and put the face shield on, and insulation can't get to my face. I don't know that I've ever actually worn this, but I own a hard hat just in case. You've seen them a million times for protecting your dome. Another thing I always have in the truck, I've got a big container of earplugs in my truck. These I just carry around. These were in my kitchen drawer right here. And they just, you know, you crunch them up, stick them in your ear, and you have ear protection for when you're running saws or doing anything loud like that. But I also have actual earmuffs. So if I'm on a job and I need to be taking a minute, I don't want to take earplugs in and out and whatever. So like my tile saw, for example, I will just like set them on the tile saw, go inside. When I come out, I'll just pop them on and I'm good to go. Now you've probably been seeing a lot of these in the news too. I carry these. I don't carry them with me, but I have them in my trailer, or my job trailer, or in my shed. I usually have a few of them laying around. These are really good for doing insulation and demo, so that when you're all done, you could just strip down and leave this stuff. You know, it's not like attached to you. And these are sometimes referred to as Tyvek suits, but it's like a little fabric tarp type material, very lightweight. This particular one has a hood on it, which is nice, so it protects your neck and all up in here. Knee protection. So everybody's seen knee pads. They are the standard, I would say, for working. Anytime you're working on the floor, getting up and down, that type of stuff. Knee pads, you just strap them on. There's different types with straps and Velcros and clips and, you know, whatever. Hard knee pads, soft knee pads, there's different types for the different types of job you're doing. I really don't like knee pads because they end up binding in the back and they pinch the back of your legs, and if you're wearing them for a long period of time, like an entire day, it hurts. So I don't like those. If I'm just doing some minor painting or something, I have a couple of these. They're like a thick rubber foam pad. I'm not even sure what this material is, what you'd call it, but very soft. You just lay them down on the ground and you put your knees on them. They make a bigger one of these too. This brand is CLC, but I'm sure there's all different brands. You could probably buy them at big box stores and paint stores, stuff like that. And then my favorite type of knee protection is actually Carhartt double knee pants. These have knee pads built right into them. So a lot of people don't know this about Carhartts, but if they have the double knee on them, there's a slot at the bottom. And I'm just going to pull the knee pad out so you can see it. Alright, so it's got like this waffle pattern so it can flex with your knees. And it's probably maybe 3/8. I don't know if it's quite a ½ inch thick. And it's really soft. They used to do just a solid foam knee pad, and those were okay. They weren't bad. This is much more comfortable. I like put these in my pants. I don't even take them out. You can wash them and everything. So they normally just stay in there. I've got a couple pairs of these and a couple pairs of the foam ones and a few pairs of pants. So if I need to switch them out, I can. But I love these. Highly recommend them for anyone who's doing anything on your knees. Another thing I would always recommend is if you're doing anything like grinding concrete or anything like that, long sleeve shirt to protect from stuff coming up and hitting you. Same thing with, like, in the summer it's nice to wear shorts and all, but if you're doing anything where stuff's going to be flying at your legs, you probably want to wear pants. And what else? I think that might be everything I could think of. That's everything that I got together in my box here. So Yeah, and most of the stuff I carry with me in the truck on a daily basis so that I have it when I need it. Last thing he wants to be on a job and then go, oh, I forgot my goggles or whatever. So if you're a contractor, I would recommend getting this stuff and just keeping it with you. If you're a homeowner doing a lot of DIY projects, I would recommend getting at least ear protection, eye protection, and some good work gloves. You don't necessarily need knee pads. You could always use a towel and roll it up to protect your knees. So that was probably way too long, but I just wanted to talk about all that stuff again while we're in the middle of everybody's thinking about their safety. I want everybody to be safe out there doing their projects, whether it's at home or on job sites. Well, thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Please subscribe and ring that bell. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. There's a couple little added features I get from YouTube if I get 100 subscribers. Right now I'm at 75 or so. So if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe out there.